In this video, I'm going to explain the tools and materials needed for printmaking. And I'm going to focus mainly on relief printmaking. The other type of printmaking styles sometimes require different materials. So first off, when you do anything in art, you always want to use a pencil, okay? Even when you're making designs. So that's an easy one. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about for relief printmaking is linoleum. Okay. Let me just move all my other stuff out of the way. Okay, so here are some examples of linoleum. Okay, linoleum is kind of like rubber. It's this substance that is very pliable, it's very bendable, and it's very easy to carve. Okay, you can carve out of wood if you want to be really old-fashioned. That's how they first did it back in like the 1300s. They would use a sheet of wood to carve these designs. So these are a couple that these two I made right here, and this is one that a student made. Okay. Everything that is carved away ended up being white on the paper. So let me show you an example of the print. So here is the student's print. Okay. So everything that's carved in this gray on the linoleum is gray right here. When he printed it, it ended up being white. Okay, and everything is flipped. Okay, it's mirrored. Whenever we get to the carving video, when I do that video, I'll explain kind of what that means. But he carved everything out on this. Okay, let me show you some examples of prints, some other examples of prints. I do not have these ones, I don't know where they went. But these prints are also using, they're using linoleum. So this was a nice pattern that uses linoleum. These two are pretty nice, little dream catcher. Okay, and they used linoleum to make a stamp essentially. Okay. The next tool that you'll use for relief printmaking is this tool right here. This is called a gouge. This tool is used to carve. Okay, it's kind of like a knife. It has a tip, a fancy tip. This one is a small one that has it's like a shape of a V. Okay, it's different than your normal knife that you could buy at the store. Okay, it's meant for carving. I have another tip inside of here that I want to show you. It's also a V or a U shape, but it's larger. So there's that one. Okay, they are sharp, so when you carve with it, you want to be careful because they can cut you. And I've seen it happen where a kid cut into his finger and he bled all over the place. So you just need to be careful when you carve with these. Okay, so that's a gouge. You used it to carve. The next tool is this right here. Okay, this is not called a rolly thing. It's not a rolling pin. This is called a brayer, and you use this to spread out ink. Okay, and you just kind of roll back and forth. That's why there's a handle. Okay, you can also use this to apply even pressure when you are printing, and I'll demonstrate how to do that in the printing video. Okay, the next tool is this right here. Okay, this is a pane of glass. It's very thick. Okay, the reason why it's thick is so if someone drops it on the table or they slip, it won't break as easily as just a regular piece of glass you can get in a picture frame. You use this tool, which is called an inking plate, to spread out ink. Okay, so when you are using your brayer, you spread the ink out on here to get an even coat. Okay, and even though this is a piece of glass, we call this an inking plate in printmaking. Our next material is ink. When you print with ink. Okay, sometimes you can use paint, but ink just works better because it spreads out better. It doesn't dry up as fast as paint does, and it becomes more flat. Like the value of the ink doesn't change. Let me find a good one that shows that. So like in the student's print, his black is the same throughout the whole artwork. Okay, it's not lighter right here and then darker everywhere else. It's all the same amount of darkness. Okay, and I'm going to open this guy up so you can kind of see what it looks like. This can and will stain your clothes if, oh, I guess it doesn't want to open. It'll stain your clothes if you get it on you, so I would use an apron. Yeah, I'll just put a little bit on this glass so you can kind of see what it looks like. Now it looks like paints, but it doesn't dry as quickly as paints. Okay, and the last tool I'm going to show you is this. It's just a scraper. This one's made out of plastic, and you can use this to scrape up the paint after, or not the paint, scrape up the ink after you are done printing. Okay, and so this is the ink. And this is your scraper. Okay, these were all tools that you use in printmaking. So first we start off with a pencil, and then we talked about linoleum, then a gouge, a brayer, inking plates, ink, and then lastly a scraper. Okay, and you also use paper, but you use paper with a lot of things in art. Okay, I hope this helped explain what these tools were for you.